Good evening. Welcome to the Comic Book Shop of Doom. I'm your host. If you're under 13, please get your parents' permission to watch this video. This video is not for children. I don't need a $40,000 COPA lawsuit or a fine from the government or YouTube for having kids watch this video. We talk about a lot of racy topics sometimes, so you may have to have your parents watch it with you. That's even better. And have mom and dad explain to you what's going on if there's something you don't understand. Okay, here's your nightly news here on the Comic Book Shop of Doom for Tuesday, June 30th, 2020. Okay, I put these up late Monday night. So the day before, I try to get these up. I started working again, so I have a real job. So this is on I have to do this in my spare time. So this is hard. So I hope everybody enjoys this, and I wish everybody would go and watch the other videos I have on YouTube, the Comic Book Shop of Doom at YouTube. So there's tons of stuff, and let's get into your comic book, movie, and pro wrestling news for the day. Okay, Batman Beyond is rumored for HBO Max with Michael Keaton. So they're going to do a live action deal. If that's true, that's really good. So that's really cool. Sundance Film Festival, it will expand beyond Utah next year. So does that mean they're going to go to other states, or are they going to go online? So we will see how that goes out. Okay, Ray Fisher, he was the guy that played Cyborg in the Justice League movie. Well, all of a sudden, he's changing his tune on Joss Whedon, and they said he threw him under the bus. So he didn't like that cut of Justice League. So is this some kind of cheap publicity for the Snyder cut? You know, like I'm with Zack Snyder and I hate Joss Whedon. Is that one of those deals? We will see. Ryan Reynolds will be back as Green Lantern in the Snyder cut of the Justice League. So he was filmed for that, and they cut him out of it. Cirque du Soleil filed for bankruptcy today. There's an investment company called Blackstone. They bought stakes in 3 big Hollywood movie studio locations. The 1985 Paramount movie called Daryl, where the kid was basically like a robot, they're going to do a comedy TV series based on that concept of Daryl. AMC Theaters is going to get pushed back to opening on July 30th because Tenet's going to come back later. Everything's been pushed back because of outbreaks of the pandemic with COVID-19. So AMC Theaters is coming back. Okay, the next Evil Dead movie will be called Evil Dead Rise, and it's going to take place in a skyscraper. So no more cabin in the woods or a medieval setting. NBC has ordered a sci-fi drama called Debris with Jonathan Tucker as the main star. Rian Johnson is defending the George Lucas prequels now, so he's got something up his sleeve. We got 2 celebrity deaths. Timothy Regler, who was the producer of Judge Judy, he was 68. And then we have Linda Crystal, who was in The High Chaparral. She was 89, so she was an actress. So condolences to both of them, their friends and family. HBO wins an auction, 7 figures for a book called The Vanishing Half. There was 17 other bidders. So I don't know anything about this. So I have to look it up what it is, but it must be hot. 17 bidders for this thing. Expect the decision pretty soon for Green Arrow and the Canaries, if that's going to be a series or not. Mark Hamill had a really interesting interview talking about the cut footage from the Star Wars movies. And he said he's really upset that they cut out the stuff from A New Hope, where it was footage with him and his friend Biggs, and then it showed that Luke had a potential girlfriend with Cammy, where she kind of picked on him and called him wormy and was making fun of him. And in one of the books for The Last Jedi, there's an alternate reality where Luke married her and had kids and stayed on Tatooine. So it's really, really weird how and he also talked about how it would have given him more of a character that he wasn't political or nothing, because he wanted to join the Empire to get away from Tatooine. he didn't really think it was an evil group. And then when Biggs was telling him what they were doing and they were going to go to the Rebel Alliance, Luke starts thinking about it. And then when they kill his aunt and uncle, that's when he turns against the Empire. But a lot of people like here with the army, people join the army to get away or get a job. But he actually didn't think that the Empire was bad, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, in comic book news, a New Hope collectible in comics in Madison, Wisconsin is going to close. Paul Levitz is retiring from the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund. That thing is in a shambles because of its head was part of a sexual harassment claim. So that's all going down the drain. Let's see. Bestia is Yen Press's fantasy romance manga series. So that's coming out soon. Moon Knight gets a 1,016 page omnibus edition from Marvel. So they're reprinting all kinds of Moon Knight books. And there's rumors that he's going to have a Disney Plus series. IDW is going to print Smithsonian coloring books, so they're going to have a line of that stuff. The Phoenix Fan Forum is canceled until May of 2021 because of the coronavirus. They were going to try to have it, and then they just, so forget it, it's too late. Then there's going to be a Monster Edition, monster size reprint of the Eternals with Jack Kirby's stuff for Marvel. So they're getting ready for the movie coming out next year, or if it ever comes out. Okay, wrestling news. On Tuesday, they're supposed to have a major announcement about NXT UK. It's either they're going to close it down, or there's going to be a code of conduct for the wrestlers because of all that sexual harassment stuff that was going on in the UK scene. So I can't see that. Like the Ring of Honor code where you're going to shake hands and all that, stay away from women and don't pick on them. They never filmed TV for that. That's all been screwed up. So I could see them just killing the brand and keeping the guys that they want and just putting them in regular NXT. Okay, Roman Reigns thinks that the WWE is doing a great job with the coronavirus. Excuse me. Air conditioner. Tessa Blanchard, the only thing that could stop a contract offer with her going to WWE is her past. They're supposedly bullying in the locker room that she's been known for. She had a clause in her contract for Impact Wrestling where she can't shit talk the company. So Tessa Blanchard has to, she can't badmouth TNA on the way out. That's if you hear her squeaking and all that, that's my dog in the background playing with a toy. I'll even show you him. He's over there in the corner. There he is making a cameo. WWE Hall of Fame 2020, they're going to try to make it around SummerSlam if they could run shows. Vince McMahon doesn't think that COVID-19 is all that bad. He just said it seems like the bad flu. His net worth went up $177 million during the pandemic because they got rid of all the money-losing house shows, and all their shows are basically on TV, and TV is the cash grab now for the company. So Vince McMahon's net worth is $1.977 billion. So he's just under $2 billion. Rusev's going to be known from now on as Miro. So that's his real name, so that's what Rusev's going to be going as. Cody Rhodes says Sammy Guevara is going to be back in AEW, so they're not going to fire him. They're going to bring him back. On Tuesday, Jeff Jarrett's lawsuit against Impact and Anthem is going to trial. He said that they coerced him into giving them the Global Force Wrestling tape library of a bunch of shows he taped in Vegas. And when he left the company, he wanted the tapes back, and they claimed they erased them. And they were claiming substance abuse problems on Jeff Jarrett. So this thing is like a mudslinging contest. It's going to go to court tomorrow. Gallows and Anderson supposedly have signed an Impact contract where they're going to be allowed to work New Japan and they've already recorded material for Impact's Impact Plus app, where it's basically like their WWE Network, their version of it, and they're also going to open their own promotion. So their non-competes with WWE expire July 15th. Impact is expanding its Pluto channel into 17 countries, so it's going to be all over the world. And then, last piece of news here, former Kurt Angle girlfriend, she was in TNA and Impact, Raka Khan. She stands trial on August 7th. Her real name is Tranisha Biggers in El Paso, Texas. Aggravated kidnapping facilitated. She has a public defender, so that's basically she took some kid against his will or something, like a custody battle or something. So it didn't say if it's her kid, but it holds up to 2 years in prison if she's convicted of it. So she may be going to jail. And she also had a marijuana charge that was on there from last year that they dropped. Everybody have a good night.